Quickly go over to UP there, Lucknow. Nilanshu joining us for more details. Nilanshu, we know that UP government by today will announce a new set of rules for the state of Uttar Pradesh. As of now, the MHA guidelines are in place, which gives a lot of ease in restrictions. We're looking at the first phase of Unlock India. Business should be back in action. Uttar Pradesh now has been fairly handling the situation well. What's open, what's closed, if you can run us through.
See, as of now in Uttar Pradesh, even the shops selling non-essential items are also open across the state, and it was announced in the last set of in the lockdown 4 guidelines, and there is some relief for the state government because the total number of recovered cases are significantly higher than the active cases. If we talk about Uttar Pradesh, there are over 7,700 cases of coronavirus, out of which more than 4,600 patients have been declared recovered and discharged from the hospital. And if we talk about major cities like Agra, Lucknow, Kanpur, where cases were constantly rising, the recovery rate has also improved, which has come as a huge relief for the government. So the government will be focusing on increasing the industrial activities in these industrial hubs, because the government has already promised to the migrants that they will be now employed in the state. A migrant commission will also be set up, and over 25 lakh migrant workers have already returned to UP. So the government's focus primarily will be on generating more revenue. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will be addressing his first press conference at 12:30 p.m. He will also be taking questions from the media, and later in the day a detailed guidelines of the state government will also be issued. But it would be interesting to see what decision the government takes on opening the religious sites as ordered by the MHA, because in UP public gathering has already been banned till the end of June. So this decision has to be taken by UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. He will also be holding a meeting with top officials at 10 a.m. at his residence. So there are some challenges for Uttar Pradesh as well, because if we talk about migrant workers, over 60,000 migrant workers have been tested, and out of which over 2,000 are corona positive. They are being treated. The government is also trying to improve the health infrastructure. Over 30 testing labs have already been set up in UP. But what the Chief Minister's office, what the top officials are saying, that the primary focus of the government will now be to bring the economy on track, because in the past 2 months all the departments have incurred huge losses, and that is why
we do understand UP government there in just a little while from now possibly will announce a new slew of measures that will help get the state back in action, back in running. Of course, containment zones restrictions will remain, and that's not just with UP, across of India. That's the plan as per the MHA guidelines. Chennai and Tamil Nadu, what's the situation there? Shalini Lobo brings us more on that. Shalini, Tamil Nadu government hasn't come up with a set of measures to ease restrictions as yet. We're also looking at the number of positive cases going up. What's the recovery rate though in Tamil Nadu? The death toll has largely been under control, but nonetheless take us through what's open, what's closed, what's the intention behind the government's decision now?
Good morning, Nabila. We have news just trickling in that the Tamil Nadu government has extended the lockdown until June 30th. This is the Tamil Nadu government just releasing the orders right now, early this morning, saying that the lockdown will be extended in June 30th. This news comes in after the medical committee meet that took place yesterday with the Chief Minister, where they said except, Chennai, Kanchipuram, Thiruvallur, Chengalpet, these are the 4 affected districts. These districts should not be opened out just yet, as Chennai, records more than 500 cases each passing day. Yesterday, over 900 cases were reported in Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu has crossed the 21,000 mark. So the Tamil Nadu government has taken a decision that till June 30th, there will not be a lockdown, and 50% transport will function across the state except for Chennai, Thiruvallur, Kanchipuram and Chengalpet. They have also started 4 trains that will run inter-district now, connecting a few places where people want to go. As per the MHA guidelines, the Tamil Nadu government is looking into that. Probably we'll get in more information on the extension of the lockdown till June 30th today. But as of now, Tamil Nadu has reported more than 21,000 cases. The recovery rate is at around 54%. That we have a little over 9,000 cases that are active in the state right now. The state capital, Chennai, being the worst affected district out of the entire state, and which is why the Tamil Nadu government has decided to extend the lockdown till June 30th in the state. We'll bring our viewers up to speed on the clarities in just a little bit on what will be open and what will not.
Right, June 30th it is for Tamil Nadu. Shalini, thank you very much. Do stay with us, we'll come back to you. Well, let's quickly go over to Nolan Pinto joining us from Bengaluru. Karnataka, Nolan, Karnataka, the cases have again, like a few other states, Karnataka has been handling it quite well. But nonetheless, we're still looking at a spike in positive cases as we speak as well. If you can take us through the recovery rate in Karnataka, and more importantly, Karnataka, again, one of the first few states to have eased lockdown restrictions. We're looking at new set of guidelines by the MHA, which will allow a lot more activity to begin from the 8th of June. So will Karnataka state be completely open, apart from non-containment zones, all businesses open up?
Well, good morning, Namila. In fact, Karnataka has been one of the first few states in the nation that wanted to open up the economy, crank up the system, and they have been doing so. So the new directives, instructions from the Ministry of Home Affairs actually has come as a boost for Karnataka, because they really wanted everything to open, right from industries, shops and establishments and so on and so forth. The only disappointment is that gyms and those establishments that wanted to open, the Karnataka government was really looking at making sure that they too could be open from the 1st of June, but they will have to wait for new directives from the Ministry of Home Affairs. Now, apart from that, Sunday was supposed to be a curfew day. That rule has been overturned by the Chief Minister yesterday, so everything runs as normal over here. You did mention in the beginning, BMTC, that's the local buses, they have about some 3,000 odd buses running in the city. KSRTC, which actually transports people across the state, they have increased their services from 1,000 to 3,500. So the state is actually allowing people to move across through various districts.
What remains closed, Nolan? What would you pinpoint, apart from educational institutions?
Well, what Karnataka does, we must keep in mind that Karnataka is following exactly what the centre wants them to do. We have a BJP government over here. Chief Minister has always clearly mentioned that we will follow all the directives from whatever is given from the MHA. So whatever the MHA wants, right from your schools, colleges, gyms, those remain closed. So whatever is allowed to be open is open. So everyone will be waiting for the 8th of June to follow the directives. But Nabila, one important point to be mentioned over here is that while the directives from the MHA state that people can actually travel across states, Karnataka still has decided to make sure that people coming in from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat will not be allowed over here because of the spike in cases
allowed by road, right?
Yes, that's right. Initially, they did not want them to actually fly in, but later on they overturned that decision, saying that no, we would want to control the number of flights coming into the city in order to control the surge in Karnataka that's been seen in the past few days.
Right, Nolan, thank you very much for joining us. Well, those are our reporters from the length and breadth of the country, bringing us details on India beginning to start business across of states. We're looking at Unlock India Phase 1. Restrictions being eased across many states, again, as per the discretion of the state governments.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.